Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us here at the City Store at the Etihad Stadium today. It's a full house. Great to see everyone. We're delighted to have you with us. And of course, we're not alone. We also have thousands of fans watching on our YouTube live stream. So a big warm welcome to them as well. Of course, the main attraction of the day, Joe and James, have arrived, and we are delighted to have them with us for this question and answer session. So please give them a big warm welcome. Hi guys, how are you doing?
All good, thank you.
Good to see you. Good to see you, James. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Good, okay. So the format of today, we first of all have some general questions just on the title run-in and on the World Cup. Then we have chosen 6 questions from our Twitter followers from across the world, and we'll put those to you, if that's okay. Cool. Okay, so we'll get underway. Joe, we'll start with you, if you don't mind. Nearing the end of the season. 8 games left, of course. How are you feeling as we enter the final stages?
We feel good. Everyone's confident. We're playing well. We've obviously got a bit to do, but we're looking forward to the run-in, and hopefully it'll be a good result in the end.
And yourself, James, how are you feeling towards the end of the season?
Yeah, it's obviously tight. Not many games left, but we know just got to take it a game at a time, and we know if we play our best football, we know we'll win the games and get the points required to win the league.
Okay, next up, as I'm sure everyone is aware, our Southampton on Saturday. Joe, we drew in St Mary's back in December. How tough do you think that game's going to be on Saturday?
Yeah, they're a good team. It was a tough game when we played them away. It was tough last year when they first came up. You know, we only snuck it 3-2, so we know what's in front of us. But like I say, if we stick to what we know, we've got a good chance of winning.
James, yourself, they've got a good side. I think they've won 3 of their last 4 games. They've great managers, some great players. What's your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, it'll be tough. They're obviously a good side. You know, they're in a good position in the league and they're playing with freedom. They haven't got any pressure on them. Nothing's expected, and they've got a lot of players playing to try play their way into a World Cup squad. So it'll be very tough, and we need to match their desire. And if we do that, I think with the ability we have, we can win the game.
After that, of course, Liverpool at Anfield, a massive game. Joe, just how big is that one at Anfield?
Yeah, it's a big game, but you know, a lot's been talked about that. But we've got 8 really big games, no easy games as well in the Premier League. It'll be an exciting one for everyone to be a part of. But you know, we're concentrating on Saturday at the moment. As boring as it sounds, but you know, that's the job in hand at the moment.
And yourself, James, massive game, league leaders. How do you think we'll fare in Liverpool?
Yeah, it's never an easy place to go, and especially this season. They've been on fire and playing well, very well, and deserve to be up there. But you know, like Hart says, we've got games before that really, and it's 3 points in that game like it is all the others. So you know, we can't overlook any games at the moment. We just have to make sure we try to finish with maximum points from now, and that'll be good enough.
Are they our main competitors in the title race, do you think?
Yeah, it looks that way. Obviously, Chelsea's still in there as well, but. You know, hopefully we can rely on our experience that we've got. You know, we've been there, we've won it before. Liverpool haven't in recent times, so hopefully that could help us. But you know, they're playing so well as well. We just have to concentrate on our games, really.
What do you think, Joe? Are Liverpool the team to beat right now?
Yeah, I think they are. They're playing well, but you know, like I say, so we, like Millie said there, Chelsea. They're all pretty boring answers we've got here. It's pretty obvious what we're trying to say. You know, we're just trying to focus on us at the moment, and you know, that's the main thing.
We, of course, have those 2 games in hand as well. How important are they?
They're very important. Very important.
And is it in our hands with those 2 games in hand?
I think it has been all season. I think we've just got to focus on us and do what we do well. You know, like I say, we've got a good team. We're playing well. We've got, you know, strength and depth. As long as we do what we do, we've got a good chance. What
do you think, James? Is it ours to win?
Yeah, I think, you know, Liverpool probably say the same as well, because if they win all their games, they win the league. So the Liverpool game is vital, but, you know, we have to make sure that we win all the others. And like we've said, it's boring, but we have to take every game at a time, because you can't take any game easy in the Premier League, because, you know, there's so many teams playing for different things. You look at teams down at the bottom, we've got to go to Palace as well. They're scrapping for their lives as well. So every game, everyone's got something to play for.
Of course, after the league finishes, not long until the World Cup, Joe, what would it mean to you to be part of the squad travelling to Brazil?
Yeah, it'll be amazing, but as much as it's something to look forward to for other people, I think we're kind of so locked in what we're doing right now at Man City. Come the end of the season, whatever happens, you take that jersey off and England takes over, but right now it's hard to think about.
And yourself, James, how would you feel to be part of the squad travelling to Rio this summer?
Yeah, I've been very lucky to play in a World Cup and the European Championships. They're amazing tournaments to play in, and I think the only way you get in the squad, though, is by playing good football for your club, and we have to make sure we win that Premier League, and if we're lucky enough to go to the World Cup, it'd be nice to go there with the Premier League winners' medal around his neck.
Absolutely. Staying with the World Cup brings us on to our first question from our Twitter follower. Diana from Malaysia has a World Cup related question. James, what do you think about World Cup 2014? How confident are you based on the three opponents in England's group?
Yeah, it's a tough group. I think you look at the conditions you're going to be playing in as well. That's very different. We're playing against teams that we don't normally play against as well. South American sides generally play a different style of football. So it's a tough group, but with the ability we have, we've got a really good mix in the squad at the moment with young players and the more senior lads as well. So I think there's a good mix there, and the more time we spend together, it'll be good to meet up at the end of the season and get those training camps in and play the warm-up games, and that helps you see how you're looking for the tournament.
Okay, Joe, this might be an easy one for you. Sophie Potts asks, what has been your favourite moment wearing a Manchester City shirt?
When we won the league, when Sergio scored. Yeah, I can't really remember it. It was one of those feelings that you can't describe. It was amazing, and I'm pretty sure everyone else felt the same.
I don't think anyone will forget your celebration at the end of that game. Do you often watch it back?
I haven't, but obviously we watch it back sometimes, and it's still kind of, it's a great feeling, and it's something that I'll treasure forever.
James, the next question is for you. It comes from Zuzo Gonzalez in Spain, who asks, how is it to play alongside David Silva?
Easy. He's he's an amazing player. He makes things look so easy. He's always got so much time. For people like me, I just try and make the runs off him and give him a pass to make, because you could be in between four players and he'll find a way to thread it through to you. He's got that ability. So to play with someone like him, he's a great lad as well, which is important. But on the field, you can just learn so much just by training with him.
Thank you, James. Joe, back to the World Cup for this one. Grace Sorry asks, how do you think England will do in the World Cup?
We're going to go into every game trying to win it, and we've got a good team, good squad, good manager. We all know what we're doing. We're all going to train hard and be focused. So I think you've got to aim for the top. There's no point in going in with any other plans.
James, for you, a question about Liverpool. Of course, that game a week on Sunday. Casio Fernandez from Portugal asks, what do you do in order to stop Liverpool's attack inside Anfield?
I think just look to defend how we have done all season, really. We want to keep a good line, make sure everyone's solid and defend from the front, and don't give them as much time, too much time on the ball, and try force them into making mistakes. But the more tight we are as a team, then restrict their chances on goal, and hopefully keep that front two, which has been so dangerous this season, keep them away from the goal and give Harty as little to do as possible.
How is it, Joe, when you face players like Luis Suarez, like Daniel Sturridge, who have been really on fire this season?
It's all right. We've got great defenders, a great team ethic, working hard to stop players like that, really doing well in games. So obviously you need to be on your toes, but it's the same for every game. You can prepare for good strikers in every team in this Premier League, and we're confident that we can.
Great. Another one for you, Joe. Tracy Phillips asks, were there any players you looked up to when you were a kid?
Yeah, I was obviously, being a goalkeeper, I looked at kind of David Seaman playing in goal for the national team, and for Arsenal, he was a great ambassador for goalkeepers, really cool, calm, and kind of went about his business. And Peter Schmeichel, unfortunately, for people here, but he won everything, and he was the main man in football, so it was hard to look past him.
Our final question for today then comes all the way from Korea, from Jong Hyung Kim, who asks, James, City has many non-English players, especially players who cannot speak English. How can you communicate with them, and how do you communicate with them during a match?
Yeah, I mean, once you get on the field, you've done your work in training, and you know, we're at a level now where everyone pretty much knows the job, so you can normally use your hands and work out a way how to, you know, communicate where you want them to run and things like that. But you know, most of the lads can speak enough English. The lads coming over, to be fair to them, make an effort, and 95% of them can speak pretty good English.
And I know you can speak pretty good Spanish, so that must come in handy on the pitch.
Yeah, I speak a bit. It helps now and then. You know, I get a bit of stick from the lads for the Yorkshire accent that I put on the Spanish, but apart from that, it's not too bad.
Muy bien, James. Thank you very much. Now, I'm just going to ask you to sign this T-shirt for Jong Hyung Kim, our Twitter follower. Thank you for submitting that question. Joe and James will now sign this T-shirt for you, and we will have one for each of our 6 Twitter followers. Thank you so much for sending in your questions today. Spelling for you.
Oh yeah. Couldn't give Hart that one, could you?
So here it is. So Jeong. Sorry.
Cheers, John.
Thanks, big man. Gaon. Hyun. And a little stroke. Kim.
Sneak on the bottom of that, lad.
Yep. Lefty.
Aye.
Okay, that is on its way to you, Jong. Thank you so much again. And as I say, we will have one for each of our Twitter followers. A big thank you to everyone here today. I know the lads are going to now take part in a signing session. And a massive thank you to those of you who tuned in on YouTube today on our live stream.